I sit reading in the library after school, turning page after page, barely registering the words written on each out of sheer boredom. With my cheeks resting in my hand, I can't help noticing the slightly rough feeling against my palm. It won't be long before I'll need to get a razor. Bastard. Giving up on reading, I simply let my head drop onto the book in front of me. Oh, not this again. Things have quieted down considerably since Hanako began attending school again. I'm assuming we've skipped that certain day then. When she first returned to class, nothing was said nor done that wasn't part of her usual routine. And it's been the same way since. Neither of us desired to bring up her accident, so there simply wasn't any point in pursuing it. Thus a few days went by, the daily grind continuing just as it had before. It's only natural that my mind would wander to other places, and more importantly other people. The lily-shaped hole in the daily life of Hanako and I has been pretty noticeable for a while now. I'd be pleased to say that this has allowed me to refine just what my thoughts on her exactly are, but alas, I have no such luck. It doesn't help that many attempts to do so have led to the troublesome topic of Iwanako. Oh dear God, not this. Please don't bring up that again, or I will... Bleh. Every time my thoughts drift into that direction, I reflexively try to think about something else. Why did this have to happen now? I turn and look up to the source of the tentative voice coming from behind me. Ah, sorry, I didn't mean to disturb anyone. That's not it. Ah. I glanced around the orange-tinted room, quickly realizing how silly my apology must have sounded in the time I spent thinking and lazing about in here. Everyone's well and truly left. Library closing. If you don't want to go, I could keep it open a bit longer. It's no trouble at all. Don't worry, I should get going anyway. Thanks. As I get up and begin to move off, I feel Yuko's eyes drilling into my back. Is there something wrong? You look depressed. Are you okay? I never look depressed! Yuko nervously twists her fingers as she says this, unsure whether she's overstepping. Bollocks! Balls! How do I go back? Oh. This bit, text history. Yuko nervously twists her fingers as she says this, unsure whether she's overstepping her boundaries or not. I really can't tell if she's more worried about my mood or about bothering me. Well, I don't know which is which. Normally I just shrug it off and assure her that I'm fine, but my reflective mood gets the better of me. Despite being staff, she really doesn't feel as much like an authority figure as the others. It's just... I guess the best term of it would be relationship problems. What? Please tell me that you are on about pursuing one with Lilly and not this so-called break up. Oh, I'm not too good with that kind of thing. My only relationship ended a bit abruptly. Yeah, you told us. But if you want to talk about it, I mean, I could listen, I think. You think? What? Now I feel kind of bad for bringing it up. She's not that old, though, so at least she's had a good chance of finding another partner. Relationships. Bah. It isn't like we're in a bad situation right now. We have spent many days together. We are, as friends, sometimes going out to do stuff, that kind of thing. But I'm starting to want to do more for her. Learn more about her and be with her more. I'm not sure whether it's actually love or not, though. And our friendship as it stands is enjoyable, butchered beyond comprehension. You shouldn't let that stop you. Sorry. How to say this? I think that it's nice that you have a good friendship, but school is only going to eventually end. Do you think you'll be fine with not knowing if it could have gone further after you graduated? I guess that's the crux of the problem. I really have no idea what the answer to that question is. Well, I can't really help there. What your true feelings are is something you have to decide for yourself. But I think that if you do love her, you should definitely say something. After thinking of... Oh my god, I'm doing it in my voice now. After thinking about it really hard, I decided that even though my relationship didn't work out, it's still better that way than never knowing if it might have or not. Oh dear god, this is logic. Logic right here, ladies and gentlemen. And is it speaking to me? Just a tad. Just a tad. Just a tad. I never expected Yuko to sound so wise. Motherfucking what? She's the Oracle. It only makes sense that with more life experience than I, she'd have a better idea about this. I still hate relationships. Leave me alone. You won't change me. While I suppose not very much was actually answered, talking to her has helped get it off my chest. And I have no doubt that I should confess it if I really do like Lily. I give a slightly frustrated sigh. If only reading so much actually helped when it comes to situations like this. Well, if you try to resort to anime, that won't help either. Actually, someone did try the method that I know of, and it actually worked for him. Bastard! She gives a girlish giggle, which only reinforces my view of her as being different from the usual staff here. Oh god! In the end, it all comes down to what will happen after school finishes once again. Considering what happened before I came to Yamaku, it feels like being asked to keep up with a field of runners despite having started from a dozen yards behind them. It's just one more motive to move on from the past. The last thing I need right now is to get too caught up in that and getting homesick while I'm at it. Once again, I find myself calling Lily. My phone bill is going to be horrific considering this is international. But it's worth it. Oh god, don't drag this up the gutter. I don't only want to smooth over her feelings from the last time I called, I genuinely want to talk to her again. When the phone finally picks up, I easily recognize the voice on the other end. Oh, for goodness. Hello, Mrs. Sato. May I, speak? Did you just say that in English? Damn, I've forgotten how the rest is supposed to go. It's not encouraging to forget such a small amount of words, even if I didn't spend that long trying to memorize them. May I speak with Lily, please? Hello again, Hisao. Are you teaching yourself English? Just a little. I don't think I'm too good at languages in general. Oh, don't say that. Your punctuation was good. I'll get Lily for you. Just wait a moment. I obediently wait. Mother of God! As she goes off in search of Lily. The other end going silent. Eventually, a much more awake "Shut up, chair," sounding Lily than last time answers, the time over there being past noon by now. Should have paused there, but oh well. Hisao, are you there? No, I'm not here. I'm the Oracle. Yuko is not the Oracle. She will not become the Oracle. Yep, I'm here. Hi. Good afternoon. Sorry for taking so long. I was outside in the garden. Gardening? Unfortunately, I found I'm no good at it, so I just smell the flowers. I think my fingers appreciate it more. I take it Hanako's recovered a bit? Yeah, I just made sure she was eating, and eventually she righted herself. Thanks for the help the other day. I don't think I was really that much help. The main thing is that she's better, though. True. How's life over there, then? It sounds like you've been living in nothing short of a mansion. I wouldn't call it a mansion. But it's rather large. Is obviously what she wants to say, though modesty stops her. I'm a little envious, but it's her holiday. It's a nice house to stay in, though. There's a beach near here, too, which Akira's especially fond of. She's a swimmer? She's constantly dragging me there to have a swimming competition, which she wins every time. Lilly doesn't strike me as very athletic at all, so not being adept at swimming seems logical enough. The fastest I've ever seen her move is her understandably relaxed pace during her walks to and from the suburbs down the hill from the school. It makes me image of her... What? It makes the image of her swimming hard to imagine. The beaches here must look nice. They'd be less crowded than the ones around here, at least. Indeed. Akira says the area around here looks beautiful because it's so far outside the city. Lucky beggar! I only realise what I've said after I say it. What? But it doesn't bother her at all. Oh, you said see. It's still easy to forget that she can't see when she's not around, despite the time we've been friends. That said, the local accent sometimes makes communication a bit hard. It's a constant reminder that this isn't home. Oh God, we're getting to the present home for Lilly now. Well, the fact that she doesn't consider her parents' residence to be her home makes good sense. It makes me realise that I can't really answer whether the same goes for me. Graduation from Yamaku is distant enough to be difficult to view objectively. Oh dear God. Ugh. And I've spent so much time in this small room, I've come to accept the dormitory as my new home surprisingly quickly. I guess I would be hard to deal with. Is your knowledge of English holding up? Thankfully, I may be fluent, but being in a position where I have to use it often helps in curbing my Japanese accent, so it's been useful practice. I hear you're trying to teach yourself English? More like memorizing a few lines and failing at each time, at even that much. I'm really not cut out for learning another language. My admission of defeat draws an amused giggle. I believe that there are things one chooses to do in life, and also things that are chosen for one to do in life. Don't get this destiny crap on me, dear God, no. You can take comfort in the fact that you're better than me in science and math, at least. All that's helped in making me Muto Star student. I wouldn't worry about it. They're useful skills for many jobs, right? Now, that's what he tells me. His face virtually lit up when I said I'd probably go into a career involving either. We both share a warm laugh at the events that have befallen each other on opposite ends of the world. It's nice and reminds me of our simple small talk that I've been missing since she left. As each of us waits for the other to begin speaking, I decide to push ahead with my feelings. I can feel my throat tightening slightly. I miss you. The silence on the other end of the phone tells me she's given the words their due weight, but as it goes on, I can't help feeling more and more apprehensive. Thankfully, the silence ends almost as quickly as it began. I miss you too, Hisao. Goodbye. Goodbye, Lilly. Once again, the phone is hung up simply and without any further ado. That light, tentative, almost shy voice, her warm and soft tone. I'd simply be lying to myself if I were to say that I don't recognize this feeling for what it is. Tell me what it is, my friend. With thoughts of Lilly dancing on my mind, I start anticipating her return. Today has been a most excellent day. I thought we were going into a new act then. I sit listening to another Muto's long-winded lectures, my mind wandering far from the scribbles on the dirty blackboard. Dear God! What's going on? Since I called Lilly, my mind's been drawn in two directions, both roughly led to the same conclusion. I've started to feel oddly detached from my past life. Thank God. It's only been a month and a half since I arrived here, yet this school's become a second home. I've gained new friends and contacts, managed to get to grips with the school's lifestyle and culture, and become accustomed to the quirks of my classmates. To become used to a school where disabilities are the norm rather than the rare exception still captures me off guard sometimes when I think on it. The same school that's populated by burn victims, amputees, the blind, the deaf, and all manner of disabilities in between. If someone had described the school to me before I'd come, I'd have shrugged it off as an overreactive imagination. Even when I first arrived, I felt like the Dutch coming to this strange new land for the first time. It's amazing how quickly one becomes used to the environment they're forced to live in really. And now I've even found someone that's got me entirely smitten. What a strange life.